Okay, got another pneumatic circuit to look at today, another question. Got a sliding door with a double acting cylinder opening and closing the door. Got a pressure pad that when you stand on it activates the system. So let's have a look. Firstly, complete the piping of the pneumatic circuit below. Well, there's a 5-2 valve that actuates the double acting cylinder, so I can connect straight away the air supply to outstroke the cylinder and the other air supply through the restrictor just there. That's the double acting cylinder straight away connected to the 5-2. But I've also got an air bleed circuit here with a reservoir and restrictor, so I also need pilot air straight up to the reservoir. And that is 4 very easy marks. Turning the page, let's look at the next part of the question. It says, state the full name of the following pneumatic components: actuator B, device 3 and valve C. Well, the actuator B here is in fact a diaphragm on the end of the valve, and it's connected to a pipe and an air supply, so it's a diaphragm on what we call an air bleed pipe. Device 3 is here. Well, it's a very fancy restrictor and restricts in one direction, so it's a unidirectional restrictor. And finally, valve C, it's a 3-2, it's actuated with a roller trip and it's a spring return. So 3-2 roller trip spring return. Full marks so far. Describe using appropriate terminology the operation of device 3. Well, that's the unidirectional restrictor. It restricts the flow of air, but only in one direction. Full marks. Finally, we've got a question. Calculate the instroking force when the air pressure is 2.32 newtons. Well, first of all, we've got to calculate the area. So you've got the area of the rod and you've got the area of the cylinder. So slightly more complicated. We'll call it area A and we'll call the rod area B. As you know, area is equal to pi r squared. So for A, the radius is 16, so A area equals 3.14 times 16 squared. Onto the calculator. 16 times 16 times 3.14 equals 803 millimeters squared. And area B, 3.14 times, well, the diameter is 7, so it's 3.5 squared. 3.5 times 3.5 times 3.14 equals 38 millimeters squared. I'm rounding them up just to make it easy. Now the effective area is area A minus area B. So it's 803 minus 38. 803 minus 38. 803 minus 38. 765 millimeters squared. Okay, that's my area. Now let's look at the force. Well, the force is equal to the pressure times the area. The pressure is given to us as 2.32 and the area we've worked out is 765. 765 times 2.32 gives us a force of 1774.8 newtons. Okay. State the name of device 2. Well, it's a reservoir. You can see it on the diagram. Reservoir. And then it says describe why the reservoir is rarely used on its own. Well, if you didn't have a restrictor going into it, it would just fill with air too quickly. So you can't control it without a restrictor. So it would fill too quickly without a restrictor and would not be adjustable. That's that pneumatic question finished.